The bustling city of ABA welcomed the start of a new academic year with its usual symphony of honking kikinapep and street vendors shouting prices in rapid Igbo. Fresh from their hometowns, Isioma, Toyin, and Zainab stepped through the red brick gates of Emerald State University, wide-eyed and brimming with ambition. They had promised anxious parents to graduate with first-class honors, and, perhaps more importantly, to watch each other's backs. Yet the trio's first night in the off-campus hostel drew them to the pulsing neon of Club Mirage, where a promotional flyer promised, "Ladies' Night, all cocktails free." A single taste of sugary mojito felt harmless, but it lit a fuse the girls barely noticed. As the DJ's Afrobeats shook the floorboards, they danced until dawn, shrugging off tomorrow's orientation with careless ease. Lectures began with the stern Professor Okoye outlining the horrors of plagiarism and the rigors of research. Isioma dutifully filled her notebook while Toyin doodled club logo hearts in the margin. Zainab, the once shy daughter of an imam, stared out the window imagining Friday night strobe lights. Each afternoon, Club Mirage's fluorescent sign flickered in memory, tugging at them like a spell. By the third week, skipping morning lectures felt routine. They assured themselves they were networking with DJs, upcoming artists, and whiskey sponsorship reps, connections that, in their minds, might someday pay. GPA, once sacred, became an abstract number that future them could fix. A new indulgence arrived as a slim packet of imported cigarettes, tucked in Toyin's designer tote. The first clandestine puff behind the hostel set off a round of coughs and embarrassed laughter, but soon exhaled smoke loops became badges of rebellion. Isioma posted filtered pictures on her Finsta, captioned, "Living our best lives, don't judge." Night after night, clouds of nicotine fogged their small bedroom, and Zainab learned to master the French inhale, mesmerized by the mirror's reflection of her transgression. None mentioned the constant headaches, nor the mounting piles of unread handouts. Mid-semester attendance sheets painted a bleak picture, but forging signatures was easy, a quick swirl mimicking Isioma's looping I, a flourish for Toyin's dramatic T. The girls perfected excuses, food poisoning, family emergency, menstrual cramps, anything to extend their nights out. They convinced themselves they functioned better under pressure. "We'll binge study during revision week," Toyin proclaimed, sipping rum and coke before dawn. Such bravado masked a creeping dread each time classmates whispered about quiz grades or upcoming midterms. Their reputations at Club Mirage skyrocketed after they splurged on a single VIP table using Isioma's scholarship refund. Photos of the trio clinking champagne glasses spread across social media, capturing the attention of local talent managers and, tragically, a ring of older sponsors seeking arm candy. The experience made them feel untouchable, queens of the night who glided past velvet ropes while security waved. But the VIP glow hid the emptying wallets and the quiet phone calls from parents back home, puzzled by sudden pleas for extra allowance. Assignments piled up like dusty textbooks in the girls' wardrobe. Isioma's academic conscience occasionally flared, urging late-night cram sessions, but Toyin and Zainab mocked her panic mode. The tension erupted one rainy afternoon when Isioma discovered her group project teammates had removed her name for no contribution. Humiliation triggered her first panic attack, short breath, trembling hands, while Toyin dismissed it as drama. Zainab offered a consoling cigarette, but Isioma pushed it away, realizing the smoke no longer glamorized their life, it choked it. Midterms arrived like a cold front. Isioma barely scraped through with 3 Cs, Toyin failed economics outright, Zainab earned a single pass in a general studies elective. The registrar's office issued warning letters. Another poor semester could mean suspension of scholarships and student loan eligibility. At home, phone lines burned with disappointment. Isioma's father, a secondary school principal, spoke in clipped sentences. Zainab's mother wept, fearing the gossip that would ripple through their mosque. Toyin's wealthy aunt threatened to cut funding if grades did not improve. Instead of retreating into the library, the trio sought numbness at an off-campus rave, rationalizing it as the last hurrah before seriousness. The event spiraled beyond cocktails, someone offered pre-rolled substances stronger than tobacco. Lines blurred, sounds echoed, dawn arrived with an ambulance siren as Toyin collapsed from dehydration. The emergency room's harsh fluorescent light revealed smeared mascara, sweat-soaked party clothes, and Isioma clutching Toyin's limp hand in terror. Zainab paced the corridor, silently repeating prayers she had not spoken in months. Photos leaked, Emerald State students overdose at underground rave. The university issued a disciplinary inquiry, and Club Mirage's management distanced itself, claiming ignorance. Hospital bills soared, and Toyin faced a detox regimen that shattered her partygirl veneer. The scandal splashed across local blogs, tagging their full names. Future employers and scholarship boards would see the articles forever. Shame settled like dust on everything, their DMs, their class group chats, their dreams. Forced into reflection, Isioma pleaded with her father for a second chance, promising a vow of total focus. He agreed, but only if she moved into the women's hostel supervised by a matron nicknamed Iron Lady. Zainab sought spiritual counsel, fasting during Ramadan to cleanse her soul. Toyin, discharged with trembling hands, began mandatory counseling, discovering deeper wounds beneath her party facade. Yet old cravings whispered at night, music remembered, smoke imagined. The city's clubs still pulsed, friends still invited. The fork in the road was clear, but the detour felt excruciating. Cut off from their once glamorous routine, each girl walked a lonely path. Isioma attended every lecture, sitting in front, raising tentative hands. Zainab's hijab reappeared, and she volunteered at the campus clinic to keep idle hours at bay. Toyin filled journals with raw confessions, a therapist's suggestion, writing pages that smelled faintly of regret and antiseptic. Their group chat fell silent. Shared selfies were replaced with forwarded study guides. Nights felt hollow, the silence of the hostel at 10 p.m. amplified memories of bass-thumping dance floors. Final exams loomed. Isioma studied until the hostel generator flickered out. She recited statistics formulas by torchlight, fueled by ginger tea instead of gin. Zainab memorized anatomy terms, her prayer mat a constant anchor. Toyin, still fragile, fought migraines and cravings while wrestling with microeconomics graphs. Results were mixed. Isioma climbed back to a respectable 3.0 GPA, far from first class, but salvaged. Zainab passed all courses, though barely. Toyin failed 2 modules, triggering automatic repeat status. Their futures, once intertwined, now diverged at uncomfortable angles. Back in their hometowns for the long vacation, they confronted consequences face to face. Isioma's father enrolled her in a grueling teaching internship, to understand real responsibility. Zainab's mother insisted on daily mosque attendance and volunteer work at the soup kitchen. Toyin's aunt withdrew funding, she would return only if Toyin self-funded retakes. Their text messages rekindled, but beneath new humility. Regret colored every memory, if only we had stopped after that first ladies' night. Yet time, relentless, marched forward. Second chances came at high cost. Autumn brought campus rumors of freshmen repeating the trio's mistakes. From afar, Isioma drafted a heartfelt blog post, letter to my younger self, warning against the glittering lure of nightlife at the expense of purpose. The post went viral among Emerald State students, sparking debates about mental health and peer pressure. Zainab recorded a spoken-word piece about redemption, performing it at the university's cultural night to thunderous applause. Toyin used her design skills to create posters for a sobriety support group, quietly guiding others while still battling her own cravings. Their reputations slowly shifted, from scandalous to cautionary to quietly inspirational. Graduation arrived 2 years later than planned. Isioma crossed the stage with a modest second-class upper degree, Zainab earned a pass but wore the widest smile. Toyin's seat remained empty, financial strain delayed her dream indefinitely. The ceremony's joy was laced with the ache of what might have been.